Curslings. Today we're talking about this mad mama and an interesting account that appeared over last weekend. See, last Friday, an account called Oz the Oz appeared in this mad mama's TikTok comments, making bizarre and frankly creepy requests, like asking to see her daughter's feet, which, for the sweet innocents watching this who might not know, that's a fetish request. He also asked about the girls' bedrooms, which is super weird, and even started offering Veronica a place to live, replying to this comment with, "Send me a DM. I have a lot of land, I have a farm, and I mostly deal with animals. I see that you are in New York. I'm showing horses there in October." He also commented on her New Year's snack haul repost with, "Looking for a man with money? Do you want to move to Texas? I want a lot of children. I have a huge farmhouse with lots of land. Leave wherever you live. Come here. I have horses too." And on Veronica's 10 Kids Shop Your Age video, both were re-uploads, where he added, "I come from money. I have a little girl too." Yeesh. That seems totally normal, right? Now, for obvious reasons, this account's comments were alarming. And when people checked out his profile, they noticed that Oz the Oz was almost exclusively resharing videos of little girls, including videos of little girls in swimsuits and crop tops, gymnastics videos, specifically of little girls in poses where their legs are spread, and videos where their mouths are either open or they're eating vis-a-vis Ren Eleanor. Remember her? Among the videos reshared were the Dougherty dozen's 6-year-old daughter H and Veronica's 8-ish-year-old daughter M. Like many on Reddit and in Veronica's comments, I found the Oz account to be suspicious, if not outright alarming. So I put the word out through mutuals of the Dougherty dozen, suggesting that they block the account just to be safe. And wouldn't you know it, the account was promptly blocked by Team Dougherty dozen, much to Oz the Oz's seeming confusion. Thank you, by the way. It also seemed like word had gotten to Veronica as well, because his comments also disappeared on her posts by Monday, September 9th. It seemed like she had also blocked him. Or had she? If this censored DM was to be believed, it looked like instead of blocking this account like her bestie Alicia had, Veronica had decided to slide right into his DMs. In the uncensored version of these DMs, which were supposedly also briefly posted, Veronica allegedly wrote, "Hi, please don't write on my main account. What do you mean you have a lot of land? Can I see pictures of your house?" Adding, "My children love animals. What kind of animals do you have? And do you use Instagram or Facebook?" Now, it was unclear at the time if the DMs were real or not. However, I did happen to notice that the comments by Oz the Oz had disappeared before this DM was leaked, leading me to wonder if he had removed them rather than Veronica blocking him outright. Even stranger, this account had been baiting Reddit, writing in his profile description at some point over the weekend, "Thanks for the DM. Apparently I'm famous on Reddit. Hello? What DM?" After sharing his DMs, Oz the Oz would then seemingly scrub his profile, which he made private. It even appeared like he had tried to bury his reshares with unrelated content about Texas. He then decided to boldly mock Veronica's anti-community with this post from September 11th, where he wrote, "Why do old women on Reddit care about who I talk to? It's weird. Go get Ozempic and worry about yourself. What happens is none of your business. Get a real hobby." This would seemingly be a mistake, as Oz the Oz had conveniently not been very careful with his personal information, posting allegedly on Sunday a picture of himself, and even mentioning which town he lived near on another creator's post that he'd reshared on Monday-ish. And so, to the surprise of absolutely no one, Reddit swiftly found the man in the photo and he promptly hid his account. In DMs, I was then sent several messages with the identity of the man in the photo and his criminal record. Turns out he has a history of domestic domestic violence in Texas, which is super great. As for the alleged DMs between Veronica and Oz the Oz, I didn't know what to believe. Everything about the account screamed troll, yet, knowing Veronica, it was just as likely that they could be real and that this person was just now backtracking. So I decided to email everything I had been sent to Veronica directly, just in case the DMs were real. And to my surprise, Veronica actually replied to me. This is what she had to say about it, writing, "I wasn't DMing that guy. I actually blocked him for leaving creepy comments. I heard there were screenshots posted on Reddit. I didn't see them, but I don't need to. I never messaged him. It's pathetic how desperate the haters are to get a reaction out of me." Oh, classic Ronnie. Now, it could be possible that she was still lying to me, and at the time, I was definitely still skeptical when I got that email. But then this post appeared on Reddit, where at some point between September 11th and 12th, Oz the Oz made this video referencing Nikocado Avocado's recent weight loss reveal.
"This has been the greatest social experiment of my entire life."
Where in this version of the so-called greatest social experiment ever, the Oz account gloated, "I found out about the Mad Mama last week on Reddit. I decided to make a few accounts to see which one would bait her followers. My friend told me to make it controversial, so I followed a bunch of kids," adding, in parentheses, "I'm 13, my friend is 12, so the kids were like my age. I picked a random state, found a picture of a random guy from that state on Insta, left the account open for one day, and you fell for it. My friend made a fake Mad Mama and sent me fake messages, and it worked. We've never been to the USA. We had fun wasting your time. Bye!" Kissing heart emoji. And in the description of that TikTok, they added, "Everything was fake! Exclamation point. Lol. Every picture, every screenshot. I wanted to see if I could manipulate people. I'm still in the Reddit group. Haha, it worked. I love this." Y'all remember that kid in Texas who murdered a sleeping man with his grandpa's gun just because he could and wanted to see what would happen? Yeah. This is giving that, which BT dubs is a bad thing. So congrats on pretending to be a PDF file for the lols, I guess. I mean, what a flex. Now, for many reasons, Reddit wasn't buying this explanation. Firstly, because how did they stumble across a niche Reddit community like this one? The Mad Mama Snark subreddit has less than 10,000 members. Also, this community isn't what I would call her followers. They follow her account, sure, but they're not exactly what I would call supporters of Veronica's. Then there's the fact that this account pretended to offer Veronica a home and was asking creepy questions about her children. Veronica is a domestic violence survivor who has mental health issues and is in a precarious place right now financially. Just pretending to offer her any kind of help to mess with her is abjectly cruel, something I don't believe most in her anti-community would ever do. As for the videos they reshared, they weren't of children their alleged age of 12 and 13. Those videos were mainly of toddlers and children under the age of 8, some of whom were literally in diapers. They're also a specific kind of video that is controversial within the anti-family vlogger communities, with Ren Eleanor being the biggest example of it. So some awareness of that would have been needed to know to choose those specific videos. As it stands, that account has removed most of the videos it reshared, and those that are still up on their page are mostly of H from the Dougherty Dozen and M from This Mad Mama. In fact, the Dougherty Dozen was the creator whose videos were reshared the most, with 8 videos total. The account had also posted a picture of H on their profile, which was later removed over the weekend, leading me to believe that if they are a troll, they're either someone from within this community or someone who was familiar with it. As for the man whose image was supposedly posted on Sunday, the Oz account claims that they found it randomly on Instagram. So I tried to find the image organically on Instagram and also Google, and nothing came up. Nor did anything come up with Google Lens or the search term Texas man fishing. That doesn't mean that it couldn't have come up organically like they say, just that I couldn't reproduce it, which should have been relatively easy to do as the original photo was posted in August. Now, it is worth noting that the original Facebook page that the image came from does have an Instagram as well, and the image is posted to that Instagram account. However, it doesn't come up easily. And the original image that Reddit found came specifically from Facebook, not Instagram. Nor does that Facebook image come up when you Google search for it. Also, what are the chances that a random man fishing with his dad would end up having a criminal record for domestic violence? Like, if that is a fluke, I have grave concerns for the United States of America because like, is there a Venn diagram for this? Because I would very much like to see the intersection between white men with a criminal history of domestic violence and sport fishing. What the fuck? Then there was this video that the Oz account had posted of a train going through a small town. Now, I wasn't able to find the exact YouTube video that was used in this post, but there are quite a few train enthusiasts on YouTube who film the trains in Texas, including those that pass through Walder, where Ozzy Oz claims to be from. In fact, a popular spot to film the trains in Walder is the parking lot of the J. Barbie Foods... God, it's a tongue twister. Of the J. Barbie food store near the center of town, which is where this video was also filmed. In other words, meaningless misdirection. The Oz account had also stated that they lived 15 minutes from Walder on this real estate TikTok that they had reshared around September 9th-ish. The man in the photo, however, based on the info in his court documents, actually lives several hours away. They also said that they had a daughter, with a girl's name in the description of their profile on September 6th, including a presumed date of birth of September 4th, 2024. But this also doesn't match the man in the photo because he doesn't have a photo. Oh my god. Daughter! His daughter. He doesn't have a daughter. At least, not that I was able to find. And according to court documents between him and his ex-girlfriend, they split earlier this year and she has 2 sons, one of which appears to be his. Nor were there any public birth announcements for the name provided on the profile. So, yeah. At this point, I'm leaning heavily towards this is a troll. But, you know, just in case there are any doubts about whether this is or isn't a troll, I want to bring your attention to this Reddit post, where the user wrote, "Imagine my surprise when I pull into urgent care with my son and see Veronica's ugly-ass bus. She was there with only one kid talking on the phone loud enough for everyone to hear while ignoring the kid. I obviously couldn't hear the other end of the conversation, but the gist of what I heard from her was that someone had made a fake profile pretending to be her and that she wasn't talking to anyone in her DMs. Wondering in parentheses, pedo guy maybe?" This post was made around 3 p.m. on September 12th, a few hours after Veronica had emailed me denying that she had ever spoken with the Oz account. In the comments under that post, OP would add, "All I could hear was her asking, did it say Veronica or this bad mama? Did it have my profile pic of my face or the cartoon? What did the bio say?" Which is interesting because the person who made this post wouldn't have known that I had emailed Veronica at this point. I'm also guessing that this overheard conversation happened before she received my email, as I would actually send her the alleged DMs after she replied to me. Not that she answered, but, you know. Still, just to be sure, since Oz claimed to be still mucking around the subreddit, I checked out the user who had made this Reddit post just to see how long they had been around for. Turns out they've been around for quite a while, and based on their comments, seems to be a local in Veronica's community, like they say. Then, because of course there's a then, I was sent this subscriber-only TikTok that Veronica had uploaded around 9 p.m. that evening, where in it Veronica mentions that she had to take her youngest daughter M to urgent care earlier that day because she has strep throat.
Martalia is going to be home tomorrow, and I think maybe Darla, because Martalia has strep throat, and Darla looks like she might also. I took Martalia to urgent care. I didn't make a video about that, though.
Which supports the Reddit post and the email Veronica sent me denying the account. So it would appear that Veronica is actually telling the truth, in my opinion. Huh. How about that? Now, the thing that is alarming about this entire story is that someone, child or adult, and I'm leaning towards adult, has seemingly made a fake account masquerading as a PDF file to troll the Dougherty Dozen and the This Mad Mama Snark communities, as the account was also shared to the anti-Dougherty Dozen subreddit as well, specifically Dougherty Doesn't Expose, the sub created by the Dad Challenge podcast. Of course, this could be nothing more than a coincidence, as DCP's subreddit tends to be more active than its estranged sibling, R Dougherty Dozen. So I decided to look into the user who shared the post, because there does tend to be some crossover between these two communities, and turns out they're not active members of either community. These are the only two posts that they have ever made in either community, and they have never commented on any post in either subreddit, ever. That's odd. In fact, the only other post that they have ever made related to these communities was to reshare a video that DCP made about Shane Dawson to the Shane Dawson Snark subreddit, and a comment that they had made in his anti-subreddit on a post about Josh being a narcissist. It's also worth noting that this is the same user who made a post on TikTok to quote-unquote spread awareness about this account and its DMs. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean anything nefarious is happening. It could just be a coincidence, as this person has been posting to that TikTok account for about 2 years about various subjects similar to this one. But my curiosity by this point in my research had been piqued, so I decided to look into the other Reddit users who had shared many of the screenshots, including the fake DMs, to the Mad Mama subreddit, as at the time I had thought it strange that this user miraculously had the uncensored DMs that were quote-unquote sent to them. Sure, Jan. So I went through their account history, and wouldn't you know it, all of their activity on the Mad Mama subreddit has only been over the last few days. Yet somehow, they were the primary source for a lot of the information that we have, including spreading the ad for the Oz TikTok account. That's suspicious. However, this person wasn't the person who had ID'd the picture of the random man. That was this account. So I combed through their history too, and oh look, they're also new to the Mad Mama subreddit. They just happened to figure out who the man was behind the emojis, even though Google Lens didn't work for the rest of us. Weird. Also, love your nails, bestie. Anyway, it seems that the Oz account was in fact a troll, and that Veronica was telling the truth. Of course, we have no way of knowing for sure without seeing her DMs directly, but she'll never show us that. And even then, I guarantee you there is people out there who wouldn't believe it anyway, so it is what it is. But I personally am choosing to believe her. This is way too suspicious. As to why someone would want to troll this Mad Mama, and by extension the Dougherty Dozen and their supporters, or anti-supporters, well, I think it was done to bait the Dad Challenge podcast, and possibly even creators like me and Amy Robinson, as Amy was the first of us to make a video about it.
I get she's desperate. I understand that. But this is like actually taking the cake.
As for the 3 Reddit profiles I called attention to, I don't know for sure if they were behind the Oz account or not, but given that they were some of the primary driving forces behind Reddit's awareness of that account, I do think that they were involved somehow. Whether that was knowingly or unknowingly, I can't say. If anything, all this troll account has managed to do is prove what I already thought about this Mad Mama's anti-community, which is that it is, for the most part, made up of good people. Good people who, despite their dislike and frustration with Veronica, don't actually want anything bad to happen to her, and especially not to her children. So if there's anything you should take away from this ridiculous Dollarama version of don't fuck with cats, it's that. Even the haters hate trolls. Anyway, that's it for me. I want to thank everyone for liking, commenting, and subscribing, with a big thank you to my mods and members. You guys are rad, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!